Vanakkam, good evening. The title of the session essentially said left or right ideology in education. I think we can expand this subject left or right ideology in politics. Because there was a time when if you were from a left party, you were seen as pro-poor, pro-welfare, pro-schemes. Then came Mrs. Gandhi's famous 1970s Garibi Hatao, pro-poor idea. Somehow after 1991, pro-poor went out of fashion. Everybody was pro-reforms. Now after after Dr. Manmohan Singh, who had these three great bills, food security, rural employment and others. And Mr. Modi, when he came as Prime Minister, it was thought that he would be India's Thatcher, he would be India's Reagan, pro-reforms, public sector will be disinvested and all that. Turns out he is more pro-poor. So where does the left go now? If the constituency of the poor is occupied by the right, where does the left go?
Very interesting formulation. But as our seniors know that there is a difference between rhetoric and actual intention. So when you talk in terms of rhetoric of somebody, that shouldn't be seen as actual happening on the ground. See, the role of the left, you rightly refer to the Manmohan Singh government. But you know that, being a very senior journalist, observer of national politics, the 5 milestones of the Manmohan Singh government. Right to information, right to work, right to tribal...
forest lands.
Yeah. And food security. All these milestones have been affected because of the prodding or other pressure of the left. So, on actual delivery, the left is distinct from the right. The right, of course, you know that. So, in order to understand what is the difference between rhetoric and actual happening, you need to compare Kerala with Gujarat only. Simple as that. Gujarat is known to be a prosperous state, but when it comes to the social indices, it's lagging behind. Now, the title of this conference, the conclave, is education. Just think about Gujarat, where the school dropouts, yearly school dropouts in Gujarat. This I'm basing my presumption on the information given by the government of India on the floor of the parliament. Last year, 240,000 students dropped out of the schools. Whereas in Chennai, it should be hardly 15,000. In Kerala, it should be 1,700. The difference between 1,700 and 240,000 is a difference between rhetoric and good intentions.
Also might be based on the population denominator, no?
The population of Chennai is much higher than Gujarat. I'm talking about that. Now let us bring some other indices there. Okay. Now, infant mortality, that naturally underscores the health of a society.
Right.
You agree with me? Because you are somebody who deals with that. When 1,000 children are born in Kerala, the mortality rate is 5. In the United States of America, it is 5.5. Kerala is ahead of United States. The double, you need to clap once more. The double engine state of Uttar Pradesh, it is 37 children out of 1,000. The national average is 25. So what is that you want to infer out of the rhetoric and the delivery that happens on the ground? So we feel that the so-called prosperity, the so-called involvement that the government or somebody talks about, say, pro-poor, it should be demonstrated.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's take this to the drawing board.
Yeah.
The double engine government in Uttar Pradesh has been in power for nearly 10 years. Next year it will complete 10 years. The left government in Kerala has been in power for 10 years. You are
Yes.
going for elections now.
Yeah.
The government of India schemes are same for all the states. General programs, centrally sponsored programs are also same. So what does Kerala, or rather Keralam, do differently that makes it better? Why is the Kerala model better than or the left model better than the right model?
No,
No,
honestly,
beyond the rhetoric, I'm saying as a practical.
See, I'll tell you one thing. First of all, I have my reservation with these so-called centrally sponsored schemes. Centrally sponsored schemes are now devices of the union government to push into the state subjects now. Now there are something like 80 plus centrally sponsored schemes. You put the half the burden on the states, 40%. Now in the Mandrega, which has been recast as what? I don't know. Bikasit Bharat G Ram G. Does anybody know what is that which has been replaced by? Nobody knows. Sitting in Chennai, if you talk about some of the legislations that have been passed in the parliament, you will be having a serious trouble, I am telling you. Nobody knows what is this piece of legislations. Now, you are heaping the burden on the state, and the union government wants to take credit of that. And many of the centrally sponsored schemes are not applicable to Kerala because we have already crossed the threshold. For example, PM Shri schools. What is PM Shri? You need to bring in one school in a locality to be a special school. Come on, yaar, in Kerala, all the schools are special schools only in the sense we actually have better schools compared to anywhere in the world. So what does this government actually intend? So take any parameters of health or education where these centrally sponsored schemes are applicable. I can tell you that we have actually crossed the Rubicon and gone ahead far. So I feel that if anybody wants to have a comparison between Kerala and other states, they need to look at the achievements in these social sectors.
Okay, so since we are at an education conclave, one of the reasons Kerala is ahead and has always been ahead in education, I mean, you speak about now, I remember in 1990, Kerala was 20 years ahead of India in terms of literacy.
Yes.
And as good as other advanced economies from the Scandinavian area. But this, they argue, was because of the cultural influence of the Maharaja of Travancore, the influence of the Kochi area, the principalities, and the influence of the church. And not so much credit is given to the left ideology.
I beg to differ with you. I don't negate the role of Maharajas or missionaries because Kerala has got an inclusive society. So now, if the missionaries are in a position to work in Kerala, that itself shows the inclusive nature of the Kerala society. That's very important now. But I can tell you, from the first government of United Kerala, EMS Namboodiripad, the blame that has been attributed to us by many of the other states were that, why is it Kerala wasting its money by investing in education and health? Why don't you put up some factories, industrial units, instead of investing this much of money in education and health? No, the Maharaja was there in southern part only. The northern part of Kerala was under British presidency. We didn't have the Maharajas there. But now if you look at the school ecosystem of Kerala, there is no difference between a school in Malabar, I mean, north of Kerala or south of Kerala. So the investment that we did in education and health from the first government of Kerala onwards, Kerala, see, that has continued. So I feel that the trigger that was there during the missionary period or the Travancore Raja's period or whatever may be that, but that was intensified, structured, consolidated, and there were schemes to make sure that there is proper investment that is done in the social sectors. That has helped us. Now, a lot of people complain that, no, you people are surviving on the remittance money from abroad. Yeah, we are proud of that. Last year, I think 2,14,000 crores was the foreign remittance. You know that?
So that's a good segue. I was about to come there. Now, all the education and all the healthcare and all the goodness of God's own country. I wonder whether that slogan was coined during a left government or a UDF government.
It should be left government. Who was he? He was in Nidhi Aayog. Amitabh Kant.
So Amitabh Kant, but CM would be who?
He has a close relationship with our left government. He used to always have.
So the left, under the left government, we had God's own country,
Yeah.
which in itself is a very interesting formulation.
It's a metaphor. That's to make you understand.
So God's own country, in God's own country, why do most young people have to go abroad, elsewhere for a job? I mean, I can say the same of a lot of states in India now, but in many ways, and I see it with a lot of respect and a lot of admiration, the first medical assistants, the doctors who went to the Gulf countries were from Kerala to Libya, not to the Arab countries this side, but to Libya. And the first teachers who went out were from here. So I have a great admiration for that pioneering thought process. But why did they have to go abroad? If you had the best education, the best healthcare, God knows the most beautiful state, but why?
See, the world has been created out of migration. And Kerala always used to migrate. Earlier, our destinations were, say, Sri Lanka, we call it Colombo. Then we went to Malaysia, Singapore. This migration has been all through part of the Kerala's discourse. We used to go to Delhi, we used to go to Mumbai. I always say that one among 300 of Malayalis always travel out. And there is nothing wrong in that. See, nowadays people say, look, why the hell the people are going out? But if you look at other model states, double engine states, people are renouncing their Indian citizenship and going abroad. Don't you see that? Don't you see that? He is mum on that. Last 10 years, 20 lakh wealthy Indians renounced their Indian citizenship and went abroad.
Wealthy Indians are going out of choice, not for a job.
No, I'll tell you one thing. See, Kerala has been created out of migration only. Even 2000 years back, people used to come to Kerala. We welcomed all. There's a convergence of culture.
So
we have no compunction, people going away from Kerala because they are contributing. They are stakeholders of Kerala. They do come back. They are participants in Kerala's construction and reconstruction. So I don't see anything wrong with people going out.
Okay, John, now I want to bring you as a senior member of parliament back into the news cycle. We went a little back into history and all. The news cycle. How many... No, Shashi Tharoor was here. I don't know whether he has coined a word for Keralam because he was very agitated whether Kerala should be continued or whether Malayalis should be Malayalis or something.
I am very amused that Shashi Tharoor, who couldn't even speak fluent Malayalam, he is so concerned about Kerala becomes Keralam. That is it. that is the biggest joke nowadays.
So anyway, my question to you is, how many, I think I should say Malayalis that is most respectful. So from where I grew up, I learned that.
Either Malayali, you can call us even Mallus, no problem.
No.
I used to face that Mallu thing.
So, how many Malayalis are currently working in the Gulf?
In the Gulf, minimum 40, I think it should be 4 million.
4 million.
4 million, minimum 4 million.
So, with all that is happening now in Iran and all the activities, the flights being stalled, the war, the possibility of those economies being hurt, how do you see that? I mean, is that a point of discussion in Kerala just now?
It's a serious crisis because even for our tourism industry, we rely on Gulf and remittance. And if there is a small incident that happens in the Gulf countries, it has got huge bearing. Because, the sectors in UAE or elsewhere, oil sector, tourism sector, real estate sector, so many Malayalis leave that. It's almost like an extension of Kerala. I always say that Dubai could be easily, defined as the 15th district of Kerala because we have 14 districts. So that much connect is there between.
Now this extension of 51st state has brought you, the 15th district has brought you closer to Donald Trump and the 51st state of Canada. So.
Yeah, that's a dangerous phenomenon.
Yeah.
In this present context, I will just take back what I said. Yeah. But I can tell you one thing. See, the incidents that are happening in the Gulf countries, especially this war, that's why we have been always anti-war. This trigger has happened because of Donald Trump only, as he rightly said. So, even a minor incident in the Gulf countries will have huge impact on Kerala's society and economy. We are aware of it. And our chief minister was the first chief minister to write to the prime minister saying that the safety and security of the Keralites in Gulf need to be ensured. For that, steps should be taken, all that. But even as we speak now, the reports which emanate from the Gulf say that last many hours it has been relatively free now. There are no incidents which used to be there maybe a day before. So we are closely observing that. But as you rightly said, anything that happens in the Gulf countries will have bearing on Kerala's society and economy.
Now that we are back home in Kerala, I wanted to check with you. What was the objective of this, what seems to be otherwise a semantic move from Kerala to Kerala? Was your government party to it?
No, I think we have been always Kerala. Always Kerala.
But even in Malayalam newspapers, you used to write Kerala, no?
Kerala. No, we used to say Kerala only. For decades, we used to say Kerala only. And maybe it's not something which came up spontaneously or rather in a momentary fashion. See, Delhi, they will say Kerala. But if you go a little further, they will say Keral. Keral. So this Keralam became Kerala, then became Keral. So 3 years back, the assembly unanimously passed a resolution and sent it to the union minister saying that Kerala need to be notified as Keralam. So it was a formal request, resolution, which was passed by the Kerala assembly without a dissent, wherein Shashi Tharoor's party also was a signatory to it. His party colleagues ardently supported the resolution. So I always reminded him, look, every time you need to take a line.
But you remind him in English or in Malayalam?
Mostly I speak in English with him. So that he understands this better. So it's not something which, aimed at election. Maybe the decision of the union government would have come in the context of elections. And I can see that few people from Kerala were calling on the Prime Minister to thank him for changing the name of Kerala to Keralam. My God, it was actually a resolution of the Kerala Assembly.
But John, some people elsewhere, not in South India, maybe in Maharashtra, maybe in North, see this as change in name as some kind of alliance between the left and the BJP, at least a linguistic alliance, a cultural alliance. See, when I started this session, I said that they occupy the pro-welfare constituency just as the left occupied. Now they are occupying the pro-cultural constituency just as the left occupied it in Kerala. So do you think that this could have, the BJP has been trying for a very long time to sort of put its stamp on Kerala, win in Kerala. Some people say that the victory in some of the local elections is an indication that this could happen. What's the possibility? And
No.
I'm going to ask you a final question after this last question.
Okay, so this is second last.
This is the second last question.
Second last. See, as you know, there are 4 M's attached to elections. Money power, muscle power, media power, management. Management means
So
election.
3 out of 4 you have.
No, I'll tell you. BJP is miles ahead of all of us in all these 4 M's, including the institution of the management of elections. Money-wise, there is no comparison between the other parties and the BJP. Prabhu Chawlaji, at least you should agree with me now. You know that, the inside throw. Yeah, despite the 4 M's hugely in favor of BJP for so many years, why is it that Kerala is still preventing BJP from having a foothold in Kerala politics?
So-
that is something which people should understand.
So
This
you're-
time also I'll tell you, I assure you that BJP's so-called dreams will not materialize. This would continue to be a rhetoric without any substantive realization.
So my final question.
Yes.
What would you advise the BJP to, since you don't want Congress to come to power, what would be your advice to BJP to improve their position in Kerala?
Why should we need BJP to improve? I'll tell you one thing. We are one party which all of you know that. We don't, conceal our political convictions or intentions. We fought the Congress, 162 MPs. We reached Delhi. We decided that to keep BJP away from power, we supported the Congress without any difficulty. That was to keep BJP away from power. Will Congress party, will any other party, without having a share in the so-called power booty, will do that? We didn't even participate in the government. Many a time we have done like that. And you know that we didn't even ask for a gas connection. At that time, gas connection, telephone connections, the left parties didn't do that. That is out of our ideological conviction and commitment.
I'm not sure whether that arrangement between Congress and left was without a beneficiary thing.
No. Honestly, I will tell you, we supported the Congress for years, 4.5 years. What they did? After that, just because we were against that nuclear deal, they ganged up with Mamata Banerjee and defeated us in West Bengal. That was the result of that. They have never ever reciprocated the gesture the left has always shown to Congress party because of our ideological conviction. And we are not sorry about that. We will fight the Congress politically. But ideologically, we want the BJP to away from Kerala. And I would say that Kerala is Kerala because we didn't give a chance to BJP to rule Kerala. I can tell you that.
That was a good one. What would be the score finally in the assembly elections?
We'll have comfortable majority.
No, but that is a very...
I'll tell you, my chief minister said that out of 140 seats, he will win 110 seats. If I say 1 seat less, you will say there is a contradiction between chief minister and John Brittas. So I don't want to take that. Yeah.
But one more might be helpful.
Yes.
Thank you very
Thank you very
John.
much. Thank you. Nice. Pleasure.
I want to correct you. This God's own country, When E.K. Nayanar was the chief
Yeah,
minister.
that's how chief minister. I said.
And Amitabh Kant was nothing to do at that time. He was 1980 officer.
okay.
He was 9-year-old in the IAS. He may not be director at that time. He became tourism secretary in 2001.
Now you understood we are never against the gods, okay?